everybody. I'm so glad you're here. I am so excited for today's video. And today I want to introduce the marvelous 12 books that I am creating. I want to show you the bones of the book and how you might be able to bring this book into your life. If you're interested in becoming an herbalist or starting to explore the bond that one can have with plants. So let's get into it. Once upon a time, I was a young herbalist, apprenticing in Arizona. I lived beside a master herbalist, and I took notes on a large amount of plant knowledge. That grimoire was massive. Several years later, I entered a new, slow life, and those notes are long gone, though basic knowledge of plants and medicine making remain. Slow living is intentional living, and it has seeped into every corner of my soul and every part of my life, including my time working with plants. So it started with the nettle plant. I wanted to know her. I began to rethink my own method of medicine crafting. Do I really need to learn 50 to 100 plants to be an intermediate herbalist? Slow living has infused into my practice of magic. It's in my cooking. It's in my crafting. It's in my medicine making. Instead of building a recipe with 6 to 8 plants, I'm content with 2 or 3, because once I began to use these grimoires, my individual knowledge of one plant, say nettle, grew leaps and bounds. This knowing was both scientific, spiritual, emotional, food-based, and medicinal-based. When I build a recipe, it's like a puzzle. Each plant offers a different piece to solve the whole puzzle that leads to healing. If I know a plant deeply and fully, I can pair plants much, much more easily. I also have a new formed trust in my own ability as a medicine crafter, and this is why. Each book has a cover and 6 sections. The cover should be a drawing of the plant. This is the beginning step to getting to know the botanical nature of the plant. Once the cover is crafted, the intention to focus solely on that plant is now present. For a whole month, it's just me and her. I don't change my diet, my lifestyle, or add any new herbs during this observation time. This way, my observations are just her. The first section is others observe, and next is my observations. I start with others observe and just research. Is this plant safe? Do I need to be careful with medicine interactions? What could be some negative side effects? Basically, is it safe for me? And that's where I stop. If I am safe to proceed, I focus about 1 to 2 weeks on just what I notice in my own body. This step is really important. Now I move back to others observe, and I pick 3 to 4 sources to compare my notes, my own observations, with other master herbalists. Just this alone gives such depth of knowledge about the plant, but it also gives your self-knowledge. This self-knowledge is just really more of a reflection of really understanding myself as an herbalist and seeing myself as powerful. For me, after going through this process, I felt more connected to my own ability to practice herbalism. I became radiant, confident, and trust began to form within my own ability to discover the true nature of plants. This trust in my own wisdom and ability to observe on my own is truly magical. I feel like a new explorer, discovering something completely brand new for the first time. Kind of like going back to ancient times even. I feel like I've reawakened this spirit from long ago when we humans would go off in search of new knowledge. But slow herbalism, as I call it, has gifted me with patience. I don't need to know 50 to 100 plants anymore. At least that's not my goal. My goal now is to really understand and learn 12 to 20 plants that I know really deeply so well that I can make any combination from these beauties for the majority of all healing. And that wisdom came from these amazing grimoires. The next section that I work on is other recipes. So sometimes just taking time to read other herbalists' notes is helpful, but then taking it a step further and just observing how different herbalists are using plants in their own medicine and kind of seeing if there's a pattern, that leads to many conclusions about the abilities of that plant. So it's again another observation method to inspire questions in myself and also just get to know how other herbalists are using this particular plant. The next section is recipes that I've tried. So just other recipes that I've found on Pinterest or in other herbalist books that I've experimented with. The next is actually a place for notes. And it's where I jot down random ideas, facts, meditations with that plant, growing conditions, things I observe in the wild or in the garden. My plant grimoire experience has led me to believe that I was correct. Anyone can indeed be an herbalist, and the way to become a master of anything really is to invest slowly over time with true intention. And this newfound wisdom is mine to own. That is the magic of this process, and that is what I wanted to share with you today. Blessings to your week. Thanks for being with me today, and come and find me again, my dears.